Stand for something, fuck assumptions. You don't know me like you think you do. How I move, evil lurking. You ain't real, I can see you through. We the truth. When I say we, I mean my niggas. What it do? Ain't nothing better. I'm heavy though. Y'all featherweight. Yeah, this shit forever.
But this shit is on a different level. Like this shit is just like hatred. Like I'm trying to deal with that protest is just fucked up. Like niggas is really aiming at people, yo. Like I had to tell that cop not to fucking shoot me like 5 times, bro. The shit was crazy. Like it was, you could just, I don't know, man. Dealing with racists is just shit, and them niggas didn't help at all. We're not like listening and shit because first thing they did, they just came out shooting. Them niggas didn't even talk. They didn't send out a councilman. They didn't send out anybody to come speak with us. Them niggas just came out, guns ablazing, shields up. Motherfucker, fucking flashbangs are lit. I see why that shit work on Call of Duty.
I was about to say, that shit sound like Call of Duty. That's what they treating it like?
Flashbangs are fucking wild. I took a picture of it. I'll send that to you. It's, damn, yo. Them motherfuckers is crazy. This girl got lit up. I got a picture of that, too. She got lit up by them rubber bullets. Them motherfuckers.
Yeah, I was just telling them that I know a guy who was out there. He got shot in the eye with a rubber bullet and like basically lost his eye. He wasn't even there protesting. He was like you, documenting everything.
Just use them fucking pepper bullets, yo. I'd rather get shot with paintball guns than fucking big ass. It looks like the miniature bullet off motherfucking Mario. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
That big ass bullet that came across the screen is about to get fucked up. It just looks like that, but just smaller with like a wilding metal casing still.
Well, they're not supposed to be aiming at people. They're supposed to like bounce off the street.
Man,
yeah.
they tagging niggas with them bitches.
So they're doing headshots.
Why are you aiming at somebody's head with that in the first place?
Niggas couldn't wait to use their toys. That's why. They was like, oh, non-lethal. It's not going to kill you, but we are going to take something from you.
Right.
Vision, your insides.
It's like the worst case scenario is you're undertrained. But what's most likely is you're just doing this shit on purpose, which is way worse.
The same cop I had, like I said, I had to look at him multiple times and tell him not to shoot me and put my camera in front of my face because I'm going like, dude, I'm just taking pictures. I got close as fuck. I'm not going to lie. I was being a little reckless, but I came, like, they could see, like, I wasn't really doing shit. I was just taking pictures. So I got extremely close. So I could see why this motherfucker may be pointing at me that many times. But after seeing me constantly and know what the fuck is going on, bro, come on, man. You know what's going on.
Yeah, but they don't care though. They didn't taking out women, babies, old men. They don't care.
That girl get pepper sprayed. That was crazy. I found out Antifa is actually real. That's something. It was always a joke, but Antifa is real. They're the ones that help with the fires in Cleveland.
For the listeners, this is a local photographer and protester in Cleveland, Ohio, Antonio Allen, my frat brother.
Ow. Yo, man.
Hey.
Yeah, I am Antonio Allen from EC. To start off, said that first, got it tatted on me. Always understand. Cleveland Browns is the #1 team. They go to the Super Bowl every year.
Wow.
Why are we doing this?
Bold statements.
He's coming out swinging.
Columbus is not the capital.
Columbus is definitely the capital. You're talking reckless now. Your credibility was going through.
Oh, and Josh Hill was a horrible rapper, and that's about it.
That's not even true. I'll borrow your life away. Anyway, so so you were down there in Cleveland. Did you happen to see, like, how much did you see down there? Like, how long were you there?
I was there. So my plan for that day was, I was actually, I was just, some girl that cooked me breakfast that morning. She was terrified and shit. Then from there, I left to go to my dad's place because he lived in a city called Tremont. So what I did with that was I parked my car there because I was like, fuck that. I'm not about to park my car there, get stuck, get a ticket, or either have them on me on camera down there and eat more than they're gonna have me already. So I had them drop me off around what I'm gonna say. When did it start? 2:30. I'm gonna say it started around. If I can remember, I think it started around 2. I got there around 1:30, and I was there for like the big, like it was already a crowd there. There was already over, I'm gonna say 300 people by the time I got there. Like they were already on the Freedom Stamp sign and everything, taking up a lot of East 9th, where the courthouse is right down the street. So you already knew where they were headed and where we were going, but it was all peaceful. Like we were all just ranting and raving. They had actually I want people to understand this. Yes, this was peaceful as fuck, and I had a guy come up to me and be like, well, are they, I couldn't answer because I was like, I was going in my head, the adrenaline shit. He asked me a question like, well, were they even got a tent to vote? I didn't answer him at that time because I was just moving. But yes, they did have a tent up at the time over there by the Freedom Stamp where they were passing out flyers, or they were also paying people to see to sign up to vote, and also signing other petitions and stuff like that. And then after that, we started making our way down. Just peaceful as fuck, nothing going on. We were just doing that. And they already had it blocked off. So by the time we got up to the Justice Center, they already had it roped off and everything, which is understandable. Don't come up on my steps, yeah. Like, hey, y'all can stay down here. Y'all give y'all a designated area. What spiked the intenseness, I think, were the helicopters coming around at this point, and there were people standing on top of the old Justice Center across the street. Like there were just people up top there, like you didn't know who the fuck they were. You don't know if they were cops. You don't know what was left name. I actually found out it was a guy from the news. He took a picture while he was up there of us. So, yeah. But what really started it was, I don't know. People just started rushing the windows of like the barricade or the entrance into the main entrance of the Justice Center, right off Euclid. I think this was what it's on, or Superior, something like that.
Do you feel like the police did anything to like escalate it at all?
That's what I'm getting to. So if you look at my photos when it first started, we just got up to the stairs, man. Like you can't really blame us for coming up to your doorstep and wanting to talk to you, but you had us locked out, so it's whatever. No one threw anything harmful. Nobody threw rocks. Nobody did anything. It was a whole bunch of human hands going up against some thick ass plexiglass, and then they were throwing broccoli for some reason. I don't know why broccoli came into the mix, and grapes, which I seen that was very wasteful.
That was very wasteful.
I feel like I couldn't find broccoli last
My
night.
nigga said that was very wasteful.
That's the adult response.
All the shit he done been through, and he feels sorry about the lost grapes and broccoli.
The lost produce.
The lost produce. Fuck the broccoli.
Getting down to that, I was just like, okay, y'all got the front entrance. I don't know what they're gonna do, but for some reason, I left the front entrance and went around the block to the other side. This is where you can see the guy the first actual vandalism. This is where you can see like one of my photos. It ends up saying "fuck 12" on there. So yeah, that's actually a good shot. And then that's when we made our way towards the square, and that was peaceful as shit. No, the cops wasn't there. Nothing was going on. Everybody was just getting the words out and everything. It was literally everybody coming together when we was in the square, and then that dispersed, and then I think that's when people were ready to go home. When the people that was in the square, everybody was all peaceful. We all got it out, and it was like, all right, we feel pretty good about this. So while we were leaving, you could tell that one street was blocked off, and then we kept hearing popping noises, like just loud popping noises for some reason. I didn't know what the fuck it was. The first, I met up with somebody. Actually met up with Alicia, and one of her friends said it was like, oh, they're doing construction. I was like, they're not doing construction on a Saturday at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't see nobody out there lifting some shit on the bridges right now. So we make our way around, and it ends up being flashbangs thrown at the crowd. So in my eyes, what they did to get the people back away from the entrance glass, initially from the head of the Justice Center, I don't know how, but well, actually, I think I do know how. There's a little cutway, that actually grassy way that leads straight to the front door of the Justice Center, and they just most likely that's how they brought the SWAT in later. After all, the SWAT actually did come in afterwards.
This is still downtown Cleveland, right?
This is still downtown Cleveland. We leave from downtown Cleveland. It would have been stupid to take it anywhere else. Surrounding downtown Cleveland is nothing but the hood until you go to Tremont. It makes no sense to riot. It makes no sense to riot in your hood. Why? Although you may not own the businesses, although, yes, the banks may own them, but it's still your shit. Do not riot in your hood. Take it to they shit.
Are anybody protesting in the suburbs out there?
You said last week, it's the same shit.
Is anybody protesting in the suburbs out there, though?
They shut that shit down so fast, okay? But anywho, so I come around the corner, and I just see it. Like, I just see niggas getting popped, yo. Just flashbangs going off. It was a little wild. And then I got extremely close. Something told me, ooh, let me get up to this line and see what the hell's going on. That's when you can see the guy, a sheriff guard, with his shield up. And that's when it was first setting up. I was like, all right, it's pretty cool. It was interesting. Never seen this in actual real life. And then you can just see the fat boy loading up his little cannon, shooting the motherfuckers off, man. He couldn't wait to play with that toy, man. They was just.
That is what it looks like a little bit, like watching them with all this paramilitary equipment. They got the shields, they got the covers, they got the guns, and it's like, you're right, it's like they playing a game.
It's Call of Duty and PUBG.
Yeah, they're like militarized already for no reason.
So when it really got intense was when at the point where people got to the van. They left it for some reason. The cops left a van out there just by itself. So that bitch started getting rang the fuck up. They just started throwing rocks at it, beating it down, spray painting it. And then I actually heard the guy say, and it was the cop that kept pointing the shit at me. I have a photo of him. I sent it to you. I don't know why. I was just focused in on him because I know he was on some shit and he was with the shits. So I just kept my ear on him. He was like, no, we ain't about to do nothing else. I'm going to get this van. And he just ran out. Dude, that's when he's running across and he got it like this, he was letting one off while going to get the van. That's how close I was to that shit. They got the van and everything. They cleared it out. We basically beat up the underground. They basically beat up the. I'm just saying, I did not riot at all. I did not do any of that shit. Let me just say.
Incriminating yourself.
We basically beat.
Hey, I got it on key.
Make that shit right. They just say that.
We'll edit it out.
Censor.
But yeah, after that, it just became a whole lot of tear gassing. Nobody ever broke. That's the thing. No one got physical with the cops at all. Like, no one actually ever touched. I also have a video of me literally walking down the front line between them. And I also, at one point when I was done, after the car fires and everything, after the 2 cop cars got set on fire, after all that, and then after hearing the jail cells ringing, I didn't know that's where they kept them at the Justice Center. They keep them above ground. And they were like hitting on the jail cells. That was a interesting sound, bro. That was more interesting than anything. After that, they started getting extremely close to the cops. I just walked down that line. I'm just like, hey, watch out real quick. This is how used to it I was. I was just like, fuck it at this point. Because I done had water. I done got hit with water bottles thrown at me and shit. Almost got hit a couple times. Tear gas at this point. Flashbangs ringing off and shit. I was on it.
So let me ask you: did you get involved with anybody looting? Was anybody going after the businesses down there while y'all was protesting?
No, that's when I said. That's what I'm saying. This is when I found that Antifa was real. Like the dude, you're gonna see a guy on my photo set. He did like he wanted to do he been wanting to do this for a minute actually. He had that idea to let people paint on them what they think of him and on him, a white guy and a black guy, and people did, and it came out hard. But he was the one that informed me that they gave a speech actually. That they were like getting people antsed up and shit. Antifa was, and they were the ones that actually started the fires and stuff. Now, if you make your way to West 6, that might have just been Cleveland, Black Cleveland, being a little bit angry, fucking up Barley House and half of West 6, which I feel no ways about.
I was about to say it. I ain't losing no sleep over Barley.
I give two shits. Okay.
Barley gonna be all right.
Yeah, they gonna be good.
Clevelander or anything that was actually looting, because they just caught two guys that wasn't even from Cleveland who was actually doing the shit. They pulled them over or something. I forgot how they got them, but they actually just caught two guys who wasn't even from Cleveland, planning on coming here, and they caught them in an audio or a text message saying, "Should we bring Molotovs?" And it was just like, "No, I think we good with what we got." So,
got you. Yeah, because I know Antifa's whole thing is they're basically I don't know. You see a lot of these aggressive alt-right type figures in a lot of these protests sometimes, and they instigate the altercation. They instigate the fight essentially. And so Antifa's whole thing, at least to my understanding of it, is they're the opposite side of that. They come for the shits. Essentially, they coming to start fire with fire.
yeah, I didn't hear their speech or anything, so I didn't know what their rhetoric was or what their talking points was or what their meaning behind any of the shit was.
Yep.
But from understanding or hearing what they do, they just be with the shits. They just want to see anarchy. They just be like, all right, this spark is fire.
That's not Black Lives Matter either. Like Black Lives Matter is not Antifa, and I feel like a lot of this stuff has gotten so meshed together that like when you will see somebody from Antifa or some weak ass undercover cop or just some opportunist trying to take advantage of the situation, all of that is now credited to Black Lives Matter.
And that's so trash that they try to group it all together because
Exactly.
they know it's not.
Right.
But they said, fuck it, we just gonna group them all together.
Mm-hmm. So man,
It's a better example of a great protest in Cleveland was yesterday's. I missed it, but whatever. I showed up enough time to like get some photos of like I think it was National. I'm gonna say the National Guard and everything, but there were almost close to 1,000 people in Cleveland out on the west side for I fucked up. I think it's Desmond. I think his name was Desmond. He was killed, and none of the cops or something was charged. Over 1,000 people showed up. There were two protesters in the city. One for Tamir Rice's birthday. I think the young man would have been he would have been 18 today or something like that, or 18 yesterday. And then Desmond that was shot. I think he was shot and killed.
that was 6 years ago because he was 12 years old when he got shot.
Yeah, baby.
His name is Garcia, and nothing ever happened. So a good example of a great protest in Cleveland was yesterday. And over 1,000 people showed up to the second precinct and just out there being heard. That's all you really want. And then they marched down to Desmond where I think we was buried and everything. And yeah, Cleveland made it when they shut down the city, man, they shut down the city. So this may not mean anything to y'all, but we was on West 25th. They blocked off enough exits for us to have to go down to West 144th. That's how far we had to drive just to loop back around to get to where we had to go in the middle of the city. They shut the city down just so people couldn't make it out to come support any like more. Okay, because I know there was a lot more people driving in there to come support, but they made it almost impossible for anybody else to join. We fought for as much as we could. We went to the Tamir Rice birthday. It was nice. It was very easy. By the time we got there, it looked like it was mostly family, so we didn't really want to like interrupt anything. They're very friendly, but we didn't want to like just go in there and intrude or anything like that. So we just went straight to the protest. Another protest after that.
Got you.
Tom, let me ask you this. As far as the pictures you taken and the videos you taken, what was like your favorite? Like what spoke to you the most?
Somebody brought it to me. There was one with the flag, American flag, and the cars burning. And you can see like the cop car on there. That's kind of a foreshadow of what's going on now with people saying abolish the police or defund like police. So that's a good one.
What do y'all think about that? Like defunding police? Is that like an overreaction to what's going on, or is that a viable option?
Low key viable, just how they spin it. Because I don't think they're gonna do it to the point where like they're gonna be losing wages. But if they do it to the point where niggas will lose all that extra shit that they have, like that means that they can't get certain type of weapons to use like they're using right now. I think it's a great idea if that's what it's gonna end up trickling down to, where limited shit they'll be have access to. So I'm all for it.
I don't know if you can totally abolish the police.
Right.
But limiting funding, like niggas shouldn't have any military type weapons to use against American citizens. Like you shouldn't have fucking flashbang grenades to use on American soil.
Thick ass rubber bullets. Why do you have this?
Yeah.
Well, think about it. If you take some of that funding away and you apply it towards things like education, housing, things of that nature,
You using common sense right now.
Yeah.
you wouldn't have to have all of these things funded for the police. So
Right.
You know,
I seen something online where it said you can defund, you can demolish the police. You can have departments set up to handle these crimes. Murder charges are mixed in with special victim murder charges, stuff like that. Domestic violence are handled by trained child home care people, like actual trained home care people that are also going to be assisted with trained officers that are with that department. Other things that would be handled by other people like this. Or if you just want to defund the police, them niggas don't need to be getting close to $250 million.
yeah.
All right. You don't need a militarized tank. For what? Get a Humvee and be happy, my dude.
To fight protesters though.
Right. Civilians.
To fight protesters, unarmed people.
That's all you need is a Humvee. You don't need a militarized tank, like a miniature militarized tank. Okay. You don't. You are gonna need riot gear. I get that because you will have to deal. Who knows when a riot will pop off? I get that. The pepper bullets are fine. Hey, there's rules to this engagement, yo. Come prepared to get shot with a pepper bullet. I would come prepared to get shot with little paintball bullet guns rather than getting hit with a metal bullet encased in rubber. There's nothing. I can't beat you with that. I got a camera in my hand. Everybody else got pop cans and shit like that.
I just can't believe that though.
Yeah.
Like they're using that and firing off on people. Like you were aiming at that man's head.
Yeah.
His head.
And then there's other ways where they can be like, I feel like they spend a lot of their money on tools instead of like physical tools instead of using like practical tools, like making themselves better trained in their.
How do
You know, you need to bring over here if you can. Jovi. Jovi's a cop. See what his training was like. Like if you can find an officer to ask like, what is your training like, and is it really only 25 weeks compared to a barber? I gotta be in that bitch for like almost 9 months. I mean, like 6 months.
Or we gotta take more training.
More training, yeah. More training to be a barber.
Are you really doing with this money? instead of just buying nice guns and shit and putting it in these new
Well,
officers.
my point of it is like even through better training or you know, stuff like community policing and things like that, which I think are steps. They're marginal steps at best. How do you teach people to stop hating? How do you teach a cop who doesn't see you as a human being, and at which point all of his typical training and it goes right out the window? He's not seeing you as a human being, so he's not going to treat you as such. How do you change that? You can't buy that away.
Our police departments run by state, not federal, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So the
I
state,
don't think there's any federal oversight on these kinds of things.
I said this comes down to the states. So this comes down to our fucking governor needing to enforce a better policy for officers. And actually, what they need to do, I know there's a lot of departments in Ohio, like a lot of fucking counties and shit like that. So there's a lot of small departments, but everybody needs to go there and get a serious psych eval.
That's what I was about to say. They need to start checking niggas' heads.
Don't fire them. I mean, don't fire just to start firing people for shit. Literally give these people a psych eval. See what they would do in these situations for more than a period of just 1 week, 2 weeks, or maybe a month. They need a 90-day psych eval.
Every cop doesn't have to be in the field. You're right.
Or right along.
You may hate it. You may hate it. But we're gonna have to bring in a private company to actually help us assist with the load of giving these cops psych evals. It needs to be done. And then the people that don't make it, get your crazy racist ass or over hyper ass boss. I want to be a power person ass up out of here. Yeah. And then bring in better people that are now trained, because instead of using your money on tools to shoot people, use your money on better training people in the academy. So now instead of 25 weeks, they've been in there for 86 weeks, or close maybe to 112 weeks, maybe, who are better trained and ready to deal with these situations. It sounds practical, but I don't think we live in a practical.
Yeah, I was about to say that's more common sense, man.
Yeah, that sounds too logical.
We not there yet.
Having more people of color in higher positions.
Yeah. I mean, and
we are there though. The problem is nobody wanted to fucking vote for Bernie. That's the reason we not there.
Got to open up a whole nother bag of worms, bro. That's a whole nother can of worms.
That's a whole nother episode right there.
What this comes down to is literally corporations influencing a lot of push where we can't get shit done. It's just a money issue, man. Yeah. We don't have a physical or real power, so we can't really make the rules a little bit. We can make these motherfuckers change the rules, but we just need to get in the room. I don't know that. This shit is just pissing us off. So what we're doing in Cleveland, everybody's just doing everything black at this point.
Keep it in house.
Yep. Do everything black. I didn't know that there was a black grocery store. We're now going to the black grocery store. That is actually pretty nice, and I like it. I need to stop eating there, but it's a place called Sub City.
Oh, Sub City is black owned. I didn't even know that. Yeah. It wasn't here.
There's a few other places. There's a lot of other places too. I'm just trying to do everything as black as fuck as I can.
Hell yeah.
That's what's up, bro. So you got anything going on? You got any projects you working on? How's life over there?
Cleveland is still sketchy, so I don't really go nowhere. It's a little shitty, man. I don't know, because I got furloughed with all this COVID shit. Yeah. So I know but I'm not. I still have my job though, so I'm just.
I mean, your other work, your photography and stuff like that. What you got going on? Oh, okay.
Photography's going good. Trying to decide if I want to. Yeah, I do want to join this team. It'd be a great thing for me. It's just a spot. I would be getting a lot more clients. It's just something that I need to do. Just trying to take better next steps, man. I'm trying to come out with a little small book, a little small zine book to pass out and everything like that to sell, not pass out. and shit like that. Project, I got something today actually. Gonna help with like this little lifestyle shoot, fashion shoot. I'm just doing what I can, man. No real projects just yet, minus the book. I'm just making a switch more into my film, which I started off with. And when I first started taking photos, that was my main thing. I started doing film. So I'm doing that more. I'm developing my own shit, which is hit or miss sometimes, but you know.
Shit, bro, you might as well just move down to Columbus and be our videographer.
There you go.
Might as well. What else you doing, bro? It's COVID, bro. You ain't going nowhere.
Spin on that house anyway.
Amos look like, just let me know. Yeah, I'll be down there. Okay.
Bro. Why don't you tell the people where we can find you at, man?
See some of your work.
Antonio Allen 216 on Twitter, Instagram. I am trying to change over my website, so that's not up right now. But if I end up putting it back up because it takes too long, it's Antonio Allen Photography. And that's Allen with ALAN, not ALAN or ALLEN. And it's Antonio Allen Photography or Antonio Allen 216.
All right, bro. Appreciate you coming on, man. Rapping with us, bro. Be safe out there.
That's it. That's it.
You got more to say?
Or you got something else? My fault, bro.
We only talk about sad shit. What else going on in the world, man?
Shit. We can go through these main topics if you want to.
Hey, nigga, I ain't got shit to do, man.
All right.